What's going on, guys? Welcome back to your pre-market watch list. In this video, we're going to be breaking down essentially all the hot stocks today and penny stocks and take a couple look at some large cap stocks. So with that being said, this morning's been a pretty good morning, pushing on the door of a $3,000 day so far. So hopefully we can keep going in the right direction. So far, green on all of the tickers I've traded so far this morning. So let's jump right into this watch list. First thing that we're keeping an eye on right now is ANPC. They got some news regarding something to do with breast cancer. Nonetheless, we do anticipate that this is going to turn into a sell-off here, maybe pre-market. If we look at the long-term chart here, the price is overbought. If this blue line means overbought, we're currently well over that. We're all the way up here. So there's a good chance we see the stock sell off, and if it does in fact sell off this morning, we could be looking for targets first pre-market down to 887, and if it really drops out, potentially as low as $6.50 today, which would line up with this yellow line down there. So first main stock we're going to keep an eye on is ANPC. In terms of penny stocks, we're going to be bearish on it. I'm currently short the stock already, so hoping we continue going down here. That would be good. So ANPC, little overbought in all the long-term trending resistance marks, so probably going to be more bearish on this stock. If you're looking at VERU already went through a gigantic move this morning. We started entering short at 1080 and 1150, catching this move down. Still currently holding 275 shares short on this stock, but we still think it can go lower. We might have a little bounce to start the day, but ultimately we might be looking for VERU to go back all the way down to $8.35 this morning. All right. Another one that seemed a little bit interesting was SYBX. All right. So SYBX caught the short from the top of this move and covered into this drop. It went through a really nice bounce, went right back to trending resistance of 397, was not able to break, and then ended up fading out again. It's possible this goes through a little long move, but we could only consider this to be a long sort of bounce move if in the event the stock kind of holds this $2.99 price point this morning, and then we might look for one of those little bounce moves that maybe brings us back up towards 356 or something like that. Okay. Next one on the list is going to be NEO. All right, so NEO and started with a big gap down today. Okay, it looks like they might have done another offering. Last night I had uploaded a video to YouTube. Seemed to be decently popular. A lot of people were clicking it. A lot of people were watching it. Got good feedback on that, and we had suggested that there was the potential for NEO to go down to basically $40.20. So let me show you. If we go here, we look at the 4-hour chart, you will see this trend line. That trend line is at the price of $40.30, okay? We had suggested that there might be a bounce here off of $40.30. This morning, we actually gapped below that, and you can see both of these candles have gone to that trend and rejected, okay? If we go look at the 1-minute chart, it becomes more clear, right? If we go look at the 1-minute chart, that is that long-term trending, 4-hour level. This morning, we gapped down below that level. This morning, pre-market, we bounce back to that level, close to, and we resist. So unless the market can get back up and over this $40.27 price, NEO is essentially kind of on a bear move, you might be able to argue, or the bulls don't quite have full control of the move unless they're able to shift the momentum back over $40.27. So we had suggested that today would be a potential long bias day if NEO could be holding the $40.27 mark, but it's not, it's actually below. And I thought that NEO would go lower, so we're still targeting all the way down to $34 currently on NEO, and if in the event the price of NEO goes down to $34, then we're going to be long bias. You will see this big dip candle here that got bought up significantly. Wouldn't it just be a big coincidence if the market goes below this big green candle? Everybody stops out below that candle, so they all sell it down and stop out because that was a big dip buy candle, and the market shifts down to 34, and then we bounce. So we're anticipating a move to 34 on NEO, and then we're going to be looking to get long bias. The short trade on ANPC is currently working, up about $448 altogether on that move. So ANPC is currently going in the right direction, the bearish move. So those were of the main stocks we were going to watch today. Something else that might be of interest is ARVN. I've been seeing the stock really hit the scanner all morning. It went from $29 to $79, which really is just quite insane. I'm not sure exactly why yet, so let's take a look at the news. It looks like releases interim clinical data further demonstrating the powerful potential of PROTAC protein degraders. I have no clue what any of that means, but it sounds cool. It sounds good. So ARVN is something that we should keep an eye on. I mean, you notice the momentum in the market has been crazy ever since that GLSI move that went from like $5 to $150. So this has a ton of range. The volume isn't super significant right now. So you should anticipate that ARVN is probably going to sell off to start the day. And if in the event the prices come down more towards, 59 to even $48, it would be more of a dip buy at those prices. So right now we're in sort of a high risk section for ARVN, and we would consider the price to come lower down towards 58 to even 49 before we could determine that that is sort of a lower risk entry. We don't know if it will go down there. We have no idea, but if it does, it makes it more of a low risk bounce trade. Up here is high risk, down there is low risk. Will it go higher? I don't know. Will it go lower? I don't know. But if it does and it goes to that point or that point, I know that these are low risk levels that we could take risk on. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is primarily all of the main stocks that we're paying attention to here this morning. And I'm going to quickly run through the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq for you guys because many like that as well. So we'll start here with the SPY. So SPY, S&P 500, started with a big gap this morning. We're still overall long bias this market until there's some sort of news or anything that really drives this market down. We still have potential targets on the S&P 500 all the way up to 397. In the immediate, we're currently fighting this trend. You see how we're on this trend right now? We dipped below it, got bought back up. So until the market successfully crosses back through the trending resistance of 367, call it, the bulls aren't fully in control of the move. The bulls got an on sale move here. They bought it up. We're right on the trending resistance of 368, 367. So until the market successfully gets through this point and starts to hold above, the bulls aren't fully in control of the move. But if in the event and when they do, I think we're going to be seeing the markets continuously moving higher. Now, the setup should pretty much be the same on the Nasdaq if we go and look at the Qs. It's a little bit different, but you can see, and if you followed along from last week, I mentioned the market was going through a dip and we anticipated the Nasdaq would pull all the way back down to pretty much prices of 298, and this was the dip point that we're going to see the market hold. You can see if you look at the volume on this dip, it's pretty much all buying, and if you look at our ultimate volume system that's a little bit more detailed than your typical volume, you will see that there was only minimal selling on those days. So in the dip, that green day was bought up, most of the day was bought, and then going into our last previous trading day on the Nasdaq, this was bought as well, and there was decreased selling volume over the past 2 days. So as we went into the dip, the past 2 ingredients on the Nasdaq had decreased selling volume over the course of those 2 days, which suggests that more buyers are actually moving in on that dip. So we do anticipate that the market's going to move higher overall, but for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is your morning watch. So I hope you guys like it. Make sure to like, share with a friend, comment down below. I do a pretty good job at getting back to comments, especially on the first day which the video is uploaded. I'm usually kind of looking at comments and getting back to people. So if you guys like the video, smash the thumbs up button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Everybody, take care.